The big story here at 5 takes us to the chair of the Federal Reserve. He says he's worried about the job market, but the federal government says they're hiring and they're paying big.
Yeah, so which one is it, right? Today, Immigration and Customs Enforcement, also known as ICE, kicked off a 2-day hiring blitz locally in Arlington. The agency is hoping to fill more than 10,000 deportation agent positions. Their actions have been polarizing, of course, not only here in North Texas, but all across the country. A small group of protesters did show up just outside the eSports Stadium today where everything's taking place. But CBS News correspondent Jason Allen, I know you were there throughout the day. 10,000 is a lot of people to hire, maybe in one fell swoop. Couple of questions. Why in North Texas, and what was the turnout like today?
Well, let's answer the second one first, Doug. You mentioned the 10,000 number, and ICE was hoping to fill maybe up to 10% of that over today and tomorrow, thinking they may give provisional job offers to as many as 1,000 people. And the turnout was strong. In fact, they said they had 1,800 people pre-register for that event. They knew that they were going to have more people who showed up who hadn't registered, both today and tomorrow. So they were thinking that they might fill a big chunk. Now, why North Texas? Well, they had originally wanted to do something in Houston, maybe with some other agencies. That, it turns out, they're going to do somewhere else. This is the first in a series of these hiring events they want to do across the country. They just wanted to make sure that they did one here in the Lone Star State.
The turnout says a lot, Jason. I know you spoke to some people who were out there today. What did they tell you was motivating them to apply for these jobs?
Right, Nicole. So the first thing that comes to mind, right, is the money. These are good-paying jobs starting at $60,000 to $80,000. They're offering incentives of up to $50,000 if you agree to stay on for a full 5 years. They're repaying college loans. But interestingly, that wasn't the first thing that came up. When I talked to some people, there was a young man. He's 24 years old. He drove 9 hours, all the way from Brownsville to get here for this event. He said he has an uncle who's an ICE agent who talked to him a lot about the career, and here's what he told us.
I feel like something like this it's much more rigorous in a sense to me personally, and I think that there comes a lot more of authority with this kind of job, and with that, they're looking for people that want to do this because they love what they do, as well as protect our borders, our country, and things like that.
And so there's this greater sense, Doug and Nicole, of the purpose of the job. That's what people told us that they were interested, although I'm sure the good paycheck doesn't hurt.
Yeah, and we go into this whole thing, deportation agent jobs, but any other jobs available? Anything else on the list?
Yeah, and that deportation agent, that enforcement agent, that is a big part of it, the 10,000 jobs. But yes, they're also looking for investigators. They're also looking for criminal investigations. They're looking for attorneys. And they said today that it doesn't have to just be law enforcement or people with a law enforcement background. This could be people with a sales background. It could be people with marketing and PR. It could just be people who are bilingual, have some of those language skills. They're really looking across the board to fill positions. And these aren't just positions in Texas either. These could be in Washington, D.C. They could really be anywhere across the country. In fact, they're asking people for their top 2 preferred locations and if they would be willing to move to take on one of these jobs.